Coach Phillips. Thanks for taking the time. I work with Pack Pride, which is the 24/7 sports site here. Just to start off, I wanted to ask, for you coming into a new place, how exciting is it to come into a wide receivers room that has not only a ton of talent, but it has talent, from top to bottom, and the older guys with the Mecca and Thayer, but also then some really talented young guys, Porter Rooks, those guys?
Well, very excited. Having the opportunity to come to NC State with Coach Doran, having the opportunity to come back and work with Coach Roper and Coach Beck. And then I also got a chance to talk with Coach George McDonald on the way out. As I was leaving from our interview, getting on the plane, he was actually on the plane leaving to go to head to his new job. So it gave he and I an opportunity to talk about the room, and I could hear and feel the excitement in his voice. So it was just a natural fit for me, knowing the type of program that Coach Doran has built here, and knowing Roper and knowing Tim Beck, and then hearing from Coach McDonald. And it was just what we had here. It made it even more exciting for me.
Anything else, Alec?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
David Thompson.
Hey, Coach. My name's David Thompson. I'm with the USA Today Network. Mostly work out of the Fayetteville Observer. Are we in your office right now? Is this?
We are.
So I'm guessing you haven't had a lot of time to decorate.
So you can tell, huh? No, I got here on Wednesday. Tuesday night, got here at the office on Wednesday of a week ago. So had very little time. I mean, I had to hit the ground running and doing individual interviews, calling parents. Had individual meetings. I shouldn't say interviews. It is an interview, but it's individual meetings. Calling the parents and recruiting. So I haven't had a lot of time, to put anything up. So yeah, it is generic, but it works for me right now.
I mean, you got plenty of time. I am curious, if you don't mind, could you kind of take us just through the timeline of, being at Maryland and getting the call to interview for this, and just how long this transition has taken?
Well, it didn't take long at all. Around Sunday, Monday, a call from Coach Roper, hey, might have an opportunity here, opening here. By Thursday, got a little bit more serious. On a plane on Friday, interviewing on Saturday morning, and then getting offered the job and accepting the job on Sunday night. So, and then transitioning on Wednesday to be in Raleigh. So happens pretty quick. Don't have a lot of time, but it's been a quick, good thing for me. Again, personally, I think this was the thing that needed to happen for me, because again, I'm with two really good friends of mine, and Tim Beck and Kirk Roper, and then just hearing from them, what was going on here, and I think that was important for me.
Was there anything specifically that they told you that really sparked your interest? You're like, oh, I got to get here.
Well, just the things that Coach Doran was doing here. I mean, what he was building here, the type of players we had in the room, the type of players we have on the team. Again, I've been in this thing a long time, and you win with good athletes, good kids that are good athletes. And all I heard from those guys and George on his way out was what type of kids we had here. So it was just, a natural fit for me.
Thanks, Coach. Nice to meet you.
Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you, Dave.
Justin Williams.
Hey, Coach. I'm Justin Williams with the Wolfpacker. We do the Wolfpack Club magazine and run the rival site for NC State. So happy to meet you. But my first question for you is, I know your legal name is Joe, but I've seen you called Joker everywhere. So I'm just curious what the origin story is of that nickname.
There's not much to it. Okay, a lot of people think it's my personality, but it's not. You know, I do have a joking personality and love to have fun, but the nickname came when my dad's name was Joe, my name was Joe, so my grandfather picked the name. You know, picked the name, didn't want to say Joe, and both of us come running. So as an infant, he nicknamed me Joker, and it's really the only name I've ever known. And you know, I tried to use it in recruiting a lot more, using my first name more than Phillips, Coach Joker instead of Coach Phillips, just because to me, one of the things I've learned in recruiting is sales, and you better be able to sell. And if they can't remember your name, you know, I mean, it's going to be hard for you to sell them in the end. So, and they never forget Coach Joker. They might forget Coach Phillips, but they never forget Coach Joker. So I just think that's the reason why I've tried to use it a little bit more as I've been into this business, the longer I've been in this business.
Well, thanks for the explanation. Now, I got a football question for you.
Okay,
now.
great.
So you talked a little bit about kind of the personnel that you have coming in, but under Dave Dorn, you know, NC State's had a lot of success in the wide receiver room, has some NFL talent currently in the league right now. Just, you know, stepping in and kind of getting comfortable with the program, what's your feel for the culture in that position room, and what do you know, what's your plan to kind of cultivate that culture, and if you were to make any changes, what would they be?
Well, I mean, my feel for the culture is it's a competitive culture in my room. You know, we're deep in numbers, and we're talented at the top end. They've recruited some talent in the class that just that came in last year, and there's 3 other kids just walked in the building who are mid-year guys. And I say I'm a mid-year guy, so it's 4 of us that are mid-year guys trying to find our way around the building, find our way around the program. So, you know, so my expectation is for me to continue that, me to continue the great wide receiver tradition. I've had a lot of success at this position, coaching this position also in the past, and you know, but you better have talent, and there's talent here. So what the thing that I have to do is massage the talent. Okay, lead the talent in the right direction, and we'll have that same success that they have had throughout the years here at NC State at the wide receiver position.
And you've crossed paths in your coaching history with offensive coordinator Tim Beck and running backs coach Kurt Roper. Could you tell us a little bit about, you know, your history with those 2 guys specifically, and how you think that those past relationships will help now that you're here in Raleigh?
Well, I mean, being with a guy, you know, you understand, what that guy's coaching style, what he's looking for. Tim Beck obviously is the boss of the room. You know, he and I were together at Ohio State. I was an analyst there where he was the co-offensive coordinator at Ohio State. And we actually worked closely together. I actually sat in his meetings because I thought it was easier for me to learn the offense as he put it in, as he installed it with the quarterback. So I spent most of my time in the quarterback's meeting and watching him teach and watching the way he carried himself. And that's the reason why, you know, I felt really comfortable in coming here with Tim. And then Coach Rope, this is our 4th time together. Okay. My first coordinator's job, which was at Kentucky, I coached the receivers, and we had to hire a quarterback coach. Coach Roper was leaving Ole Miss, and we had just coached Eli a few years past, and we hired him to coach our quarterbacks. And then we got together at Florida for a short period of time, and then with the Cleveland Browns, and now here at NC State. So he and I always became friends the day he walked on campus at Kentucky, and always talked ball, always stayed in touch, and you know, have the similar philosophies. And so it was just a natural for me to be able to come here to work with those 2 guys who I truly believe are really good friends for me.
Thank you, Coach. Nice to virtually meet you.
Thank you. Thank you, Justin.
Corey Smith.
Hey, Coach Phillips. This is Corey Smith with 24/7 Sports with Pack Pride. This is like clear. My question for you was, I know looking at your, obviously you've had a lot of hands in recruiting. But what type of personality do you bring as a recruiter to the wide receiver position?
Well, knowledge of of how to pick out talent. You know, I got I've been around, so I have a reputation of knowing a lot of people. So in every parts of the country. So I have done a little in the South Carolina, North Carolina. So a lot of the coaches I know that have migrated over here from South Carolina, from Georgia, that after they retire. So I do have will have some contacts in this area. A lot of them I don't know that I have contacts yet, but we will have a contact that knows a contact. So I think the knowledge of how to evaluate and then how to sell. Okay, one thing that we have here is we have an excellent head coach. We have some excellent players. We have the ACC, and then we have a great institution here. So those things will help me sell this place.
And you mentioned Coach Doran there, but what did he do to sell you on this program?
Well, I mean, it's just him being himself, and that's what you want in a head coach. I mean, somebody that's not trying to be Newt Rockney. Coach Doran is himself. He allows his coaches to coach. He's not a micromanager, and that's the thing that attracted me. Okay, and he has trust in the coaches that he brings in the building. I think that's a real helpful thing for a coach coming in.
Thanks so much, Joker. Really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Corey.
David, you had another one?
Yeah, I was just curious. I was watching some YouTube videos of you, and I think it was at Cincinnati, and you were talking to a player, and you mentioned that you thought coming out of high school you were going to be a triple option quarterback. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes. I signed as a quarterback, and about 2 days into it, when they put a 6'7" offensive lineman in front of me and I couldn't see over top of him, I thought it was time for a position change.
Interesting, because I thought you maybe played in high school. So it was after high school where you transitioned?
No, it was after high school. I was a triple option quarterback in high school, and then signed at Kentucky to be a quarterback, and then they decided to change their offense after signing date. So I became a wide receiver.
And you've made such a career off of this position. What is it that you enjoy so much about coaching wide receivers?
Well, first of all, the kids are different. I mean, wide receivers are. I mean, some people call it cocky. I call it the kids now call it swag. I call it confidence. Okay, I want guys. We call it a catch. Okay, a catch. First C. We want confident guys that are self-confident. We want guys that have that are accountable. Guys that are tough. Guys that know how to communicate. And then guys that are healthy. Mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy, and that's the one thing that I feel like that I have always had in that room, or been able to create in that room. So those are the things that I think that has made me have success in this business and coaching the wide receivers, because I want those 5 things. Okay, a confident, accountable, tough guy to communicate, and he has to be healthy.
And last thing, and I know I'm taking up too much time, but you said, it's been such a quick transition. Have you found a place to live in Raleigh, or you live in hotels? How are you hanging?
Well, I'm in a hotel, but every day I'm out with a realtor that we're searching. The problem I have here is so many choices here. This is different from the place I'm coming from, where I wanted to live close and close enough, and there's just so many choices here. That's what makes it difficult here. And it just reminds me where I went to school at, and it just reminds you of Lexington. It's a bigger Lexington, pretty place that I'm excited to sow some oats at.
Justin, you have another one?
Yeah, Coach, you have head coaching experience at the Power 5 level, and you've also been in the coordinator seat. How do you think that experience will help you for your current position here at NC State?
Well, I think it's helped me everywhere I've been since then. You know, there's nothing that, you know, that prepares you to be a head coach. There's nothing really prepares you to be a coordinator. I think, you know, just having a knowledgeable guy that's done it, I think that will help. I mean, that's the one thing that, you know, I like about Coach Doran is he said, hey, if you see anything, you know, don't be afraid to speak up. That's the same philosophy that Coach Beck has also. It's the same philosophy that I had in those chairs also. So, you know, having, you know, that freedom, okay, definitely helps when you, especially when you hear it from, you know, the horse's mouth. And I've heard it from Coach Doran, I've heard it from Tim, and I think that definitely helps you, you know. And again, I mean, might use some of it, might not. I'm okay with that. Okay, but you also have to. Everybody has to have opinions in the room, and I'm not afraid to speak my opinions. But it also helps when you hear it from the horse's mouth. Hey, I'm okay with this.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck with the home search.
Well, thank you, Justin. Justin, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Okay. All of you guys are starting to run together now. Justin, Dave, Corey, Alec, right?
Will be a test at the end of this.
was the first one Alec?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Okay, cool.
All right, are there any other questions? I don't see any other hands up.
And then there's Annabelle.
Oh, no.
Okay, right?
It goes without saying, right?
Right.
Goes without saying. So,
Yeah.
well, guys, Coach, we appreciate you taking the time. Guys, I know it's harder on a late in the afternoon, so I appreciate you guys joining us today. And I guess that's it.